Now, mobile communication subject, Unit 1 of mobile communication is switching techniques for voice and data. Part 1. Now, first is the introduction to switching techniques for the voice. A switching system can be understood as a collection of switching elements arranged and controlled in such a way as to set up a common path between any two distant points. The introduction of switching system reduced the complexity of wiring and made the telephony hassle-free. In the telephonic conversion, the person who initiates call is known as the calling subscriber, and the one destination to which call is addressed is called as the subscriber. The connectivity between the source and the destination in telecommunication network is obtained using switching network. The source and destination network connection cannot be simply made with a telephone set and bunch of wires. Rather, it needs a good system manage the connection. The system is known as the switching system or the switching office or the exchange. Now, what is switching? The switching is the method which is used to establish a connection between nodes within a network. Once a connection has been made, the information can be sent. The telephone switching usually refers to the switching of the voice channel. There are a number of different types of switches including a local switches, tandem switches and transit switches, and any number of them can play a part in creating a connection. Now, what is local switch? It provides switching for a specific area. The subscriber loops connect to the local switch in that area. What is tandem switch? This is used to interconnect the switches at various sites within the network. And transit switch, this is very similar to a tandem switch except it is used for a long distance connections. Before that, what is the need of switching system? Now, wired connection needed. Second is for fully connected network, large number of links needed. And the third need is with the switching network, subscribers are interconnected with each other forming the network. Now, first is the wired connection needed. The point-to-point connection for establishing communication require the telephone sets to be linked using wire. For less number of telephone set or subscriber, connection will be little complex. For high or moderate number of telephone sets or the subscriber, connection will be very complicated. Now, for fully connected network, large number of links needed. The network with point-to-point links among all the entities are known as fully connected network. In point-to-point connection, for n entities, we need n into n minus 1 by 2 links. For large n, the large number of links are required. For example, if there are 100 subscribers, then fully connected networks 4950 links are needed. Now, with the switching network, subscribers are interconnected with each other forming network. With the use of switching system, the calling subscribers are connected to the call subscriber via a switching office. Switching system also need to perform a control functions like establishing and releasing the connections. Now, the functions of switching system. The first function is attending. The system should continuously monitor all the links associated with it and detect all the incoming requests. This calling signal is known as seed signal. Second function is information receiving. The system must receive entire information from the caller party as to call the line. This signal is called as the address signal. Third is information processing. The system should process the received information so as to perform necessary actions if required to resolve the incoming request and control the actions performed. Class of service information needs to be processed along with the address information. Fourth function of switching system is busy testing. Once the received information is processed, the system should check for the availability of the outgoing circuit. It may be engaged on another call. If it is so, then system must test it until it becomes free. Fifth is interconnection. For general two subscriber connection, three different connections are made. First is connection to the calling subscriber, second connection to the called subscriber, and third is connection between the two terminals. The sixth function is altering. When the connection is made, the system sends the ringing back tone as the altering signal to call the subscriber. Then next is the seventh function is supervision. After establishment of the call between the subscribers, system still continue to supervise the link in order to serve the release request after finishing the call. It also provides necessary billing information. And the last function is information sending. If the call subscriber is located on the another exchange, the call is routed to the exchange. For this purpose, function of the information sending is required. Originating exchange address the terminating exchange via this function. Now, the switching system configuration, it consists of symmetric network, outgoing call switching network, folded network, non-folded network configuration. Now, what is folded network? A network where outlets are connected in feedback to the inlet is called folded network. At a time, only single line can be given for one connection, so only n by 2 connections are established for n inlets. Such a network can be called as non-blocking network. A calling subscriber will be able to establish a connection to the called subscriber only when the subscriber is free. When the call is in progress, all other call requests are denied. Hence, only a single connection is made. Hence, for n inlets, only n by 2 lines are connected. Now, the functions performed by the switching element, switching function, controlling function, and the signaling function. The elements of the switching systems are switching network, control, operator console, trunk interface, subscriber line interface, service circuit interface, subscriber and service line scanning and distributor units, trunk circuit scanning and distributor unit, and junctures. Now, the next is classification of switching system. In the early stages of telecommunication system, the process and stages of the switching played an important role to make or break connections. At the initial stage, the switching system were operated manually. These systems were later automated. Now, the following flowchart shows how the switching system were classified. So basically, switching system is classified into two types, manual and automatic. In automatic, it is again electromechanical and electronic, that is stored program control. In electromechanical, it has a step by step or crossbar. In electronic, it has a space division switching and time division switching. In time division, it is again divided into digital and analog. In digital, it is divided into space switch, time switch, and combinational switch. The switching system is early stages were operated manually. The connections were made by the operator at the telephone exchange in order to establish a connection. To minimize the disadvantage of manual operation, the automatic switching system were introduced. The automatic switching system are classified as electromechanical switching and electronic switching. In electromechanical, here the mechanical switches are electrically operated. And what is electronic switching system? Here, the usage of the electronic components such as diode, transistor, and ICs are used for switching purpose. So, first is manual switching system. Although manual exchanges have almost gone out of the use in the public switched telephone network, that is PSTN, the operator assistance is still required on a routine basis to connect the incoming call at a private automatic branch exchange to the required extension number. Even this requirement is decreasing following the large scale introduction of what is known as the direct invert dialing, that is DID facility in the most PABX. A discussion of the organization of manual exchange is obviously still important to help us to understand many of the principles of telecommunication switching system. A telephone microphone required to be energized in order to produce electrical signal corresponding to the speech waveform. In the very early switching system, the microphone was energized using a battery at the subscriber end. Later, a battery located at the exchange was used. Accordingly, one may place the early system in the two categories: local battery exchange and the central battery exchange. In local battery system, dry cells were used in the subscriber set to power the microphone. These cells have limited power output and could not be used for signaling over a long lines to the exchange. Hence, the local battery subscriber sets were provided with a magneto generator. In this case, a subscriber needed to rotate a handle to generate the required alternating current to operate indicators at the exchange. The use of magneto generator led to the alternative nomenclature magneto exchange for the LB system. The necessity to replace the dry cell frequently and the cumbersome procedure of rotating the magneto generator led to the development of central battery exchange, where a subscriber set is energized from a powerful central battery at the exchange. So this is the diagram where subscriber is the first section, next is the line, and the next is the exchange. Subscriber consists of the off hook switch. Exchange consists of central battery, ringing current generator, headset, plug-ended cord pairs, relay, and switchboard. Then next is electronic switching system. The electronic switching system these systems are operated with the help of processor or computer which control the switching timing. The instructions are programmed and stored on processor or computer that control the operations. This method of storing the programs on processor or computer is called stored program control technology. New facilities can be added to a SPC system by changing the control program. The switching scheme used by the electronic switching system may be either space division switching or time division switching. In space division switching, a dedicated path is established between the calling and the called subscriber for the entire duration of the call. In time division switching, sampled values of the speech signals are transferred at fixed interval. The electronic switching, the time division switching may be analog. The time division switching may be analog or digital. In analog switching, the sampled voltage levels are transmitted as they are. However, in binary switching, they are binary coded and transmitted. If coded values are transferred during the same time interval from input to output, the technique is called space switching. If the values are stored and transferred to the output at a time interval, then the technique is called time switching. A time division digital switch may also be designed by using a combination of space and time switching technique. So electronic switching system uses a digital, electronic and computerized control to interconnect telephone circuit for the purpose of establishing telephone calls. The first generation of this electronic switching system in 1960 were not entirely digital in nature but used reed relay operated metallic path or crossbar switches operated by the stored program control, that is SPC system. The SPC exchange provide more facilities to the subscriber. These facilities are call bearing, outgoing or incoming, repeat last call, reminder call, call diverting, three-way calls and charge advice. Now what is SPC, that is stored program control? The stored program control concept is where a program or a set of instructions to the computer is stored in its memory and the instructions are executed automatically one by one by the processor. As the exchange control function are carried out through the program stored in the memory of a computer, it is called stored program control. Now it has some features like common channel signaling, centralized maintenance, automatic fault diagnosis and interactive human-machine interface. The processor used by the SPC are designed based on the requirement of the exchange. The processor are duplicated and using more than one processor makes the process reliable. A separate processor is used for the maintenance of the switching system. Now there are two types of stored program control, that is centralized SPC and distributed SPC.